welcome to the September edition of Wolfe 101, the show that answers the question,
what's so great about Wolfeboro?
What's so great about Wolfeboro?
So we did a little field trip to the Granite Man.
Yep.
And while we were there, we ran into this guy named Mark. Mm-hmm. Super nice guy. He has this really cool gadget.
Gadget? Okay, gadget.
Gadget. I mean, it's a gadget. It's a tool. Something. Anyway, I promise there'll be more on it coming. So he makes these things called trigger pin, and it's like a foam roller, but apparently like better.
Oh.
Or more. It gets at more of your muscles or something like that. Or anyway, so he was demonstrating them while he was there at Granite Man, and I happened to catch a little bit of him explaining how it works.
Cool.
So you want to check it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't really do this to get plantar fasciitis.
No.
I mean, this, I'm using my body weight. I'm also, while I'm doing this, I'm doing an eccentric stretch on my hamstrings, which means I'm extending them under load, the load of my body weight. So this is going to increase my flexibility, core strength to do this, while I'm basically treating plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an all-in-one that way.
No.
So from here, I can go to calves. Okay, so I can do just like that. So my Achilles tendon is in that groove, and my leg is cradled on center to get both sides of the calf. I can shift to one to get up a little bit deeper. I can tilt over to the side to get that peroneus muscle here, and I turn my foot that way.
I need me one of those.
Yeah, I think everyone does. I mean, you could just sit there and watch TV and just like roll out all the cramps in your feet.
I would need to like roll my whole self down.
Yeah.
You come in the room and I'll be like,
she's gone gingerbread, ladies and gentlemen. So coming up in the month of October, this is really big. I mean, the Village Players, again, I know I'm a little personally attached to the Village Players, but I just want to say they're doing these really cool things this year. We do movies.
Yep.
Every third Saturday of the month. Great people running it. Great crew of people. And so they're putting on this big Horrorfest for Halloween coming up in October. It's very exciting. I mean, these people know how to do scary.
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie to you. And if you've been to the Village Players, then you would know that before the movie starts, you get sort of a little bit of a background check, if you will, right?
Like a trivia session, kind of facts.
Information. Yeah. It's like live IMDb, if you think about it.
It's pretty sweet.
It is pretty cool. So I had a little visit with Mr. Movie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Mr. Movie, so you live with all this stuff all the time?
Coming up in October on the 18th, we're showing a double feature of Vincent Price. Two classic films, House of Wax and Pit and the Pendulum. House of Wax being the first movie that really got him the horror movie status. Before that, he was just a character actor. You know, he wanted to portray character roles. The studio thought he would be a good, handsome leading man, but he thought those were boring roles. But by the 50s, the type of acting that he did was just, out of vogue with Marlon Brando and the up-and-coming James Dean method actors. So he was finding work to be pretty slim until House of Wax came along, a huge hit, and then his second career became a horror movie star. And then the Pit and the Pendulum, which was a later film in his career, really cemented his horror status with the young folks. The studio, American International Pictures, that released it in 1960, were known for their teen films, and they wanted to draw in these teen crowds with horror movies. So, and that second phase of his career with the Edgar Allan Poe films was what led to his cemented status as a horror icon and horror star.
Right. So do you sleep down here?
When Vincent Price actually was older, he was known as the baby boomer / Generation X horror star because he would always try and stay relevant with what was popular in the 70s, recording an album with Alice Cooper, and then most famously recording an album in 1983 with Michael Jackson during the narration of a Thriller, always keeping relevant. He did a cartoon, The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, for kids in the early 80s, which I watched growing up and was one of the reasons why I love Vincent Price.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yes.
That's nice. Yeah. So really, all the creepy stuff, like all the time, all day?
Oh, you know what? Well, Vincent Price also did, was a Renaissance man, as they would say. Not only did he do the horror movies, but he hosted Mystery on PBS during the 70s into the early 80s. Was also a well-known gourmet cook with 3 cookbooks that he has written. He wrote a book about raising dogs, because he had a dog named Mooch that was one of his favorite pastimes. Him and his wife would throw these lavish parties for all their Hollywood friends. Roddy McDowell and Christopher Hewitt, who was Mr. Belvedere on the ABC sitcom. They would have these lavish parties where they would cook food and they would invite everyone over. And he really enjoyed doing those kind of things.
So that's it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. So the scary stuff, is that what you do all the time?
In 1959, Vincent Price starred in a movie called The Tingler, which was one of the first interactive films. During the 50s, 3D was big, so the producer of that film and director, William Castle, thought, you know what, let's get more butts in seats by trying something different. So what they did was they put little electrical engines on the seats of the theater. And at a certain point during the movie, they tell you, beware, the Tingler has been released into the theater. They stop in the middle of the movie and actually tell everyone this. And then these certain seats would set off this electrical charge so people would jump and think.
Wait. I saw that movie. They did a spoof of that. What was it? With John Goodman.
Oh, Matinee, yes.
Yes,
came out
it was the same thing.
Yes, it was an homage to that.
Oh, an homage, okay.
The
Is
character
that
that John Goodman played was supposed to be based on the William Castle director character.
Oh.
And the gimmicks that he would do for his films, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So apparently Mr. Movie has got a creepy side. I'm not going to lie to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, check it out. So, okay, all right, fine. So at Village Players, October
18th.
Okay.
We will be showing starting at 7 o'clock a double feature of House of Wax. We'll have a brief 20-minute intermission, and then it will be followed by The Pit and the Pendulum, one of my favorite of his Edgar Allan Poe adaptations.
And you got to check this out because it's a fountain of information.
I could go on.
I mean, I can't even get him to talk about the stuff.
And on.
See?
And on.
And on.
Yes.
And on.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Why, thank you, Mr. Movie.
You're very welcome.
So apparently Mr. Movie is Mr. Movie all the time. All the time. Like, he's just a fountain of information. So,
It was like a lovely visual for me there.
right?
Sorry.
If
If you saw me glaze over, that's what I...
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of information. It's interesting, but it's a lot. I'm always able to, like, remember one good fact from every movie that I go seeing. So you need to be sure to check out Horrorfest, for sure. If not, to just meet Mr. Movie live and in person. So I bet he'd even give you his autograph. Circling back to Granite Man. Have you ever wondered what's going through the minds of the athletes? Like, do you ever, have you ever experienced a triathlon? Have you ever been? I know.
Me?
I know. You'd get in the water and be like, ow.
Hey! That's what those trigger pin things are for.
I think I stubbed a toe on a rock. I can't swim.
Okay. I'm clumsy. I get it. Thank you. I'm not safe from anywhere or anything.
But yeah, so I was kind of curious. while we were covering Granite Man as to, what it would be like to be inside the swimmer's head and figure that out. So I went out and I found one. This is Megan reporting for Wolf 101. We're here at the Granite Man Triathlon here at Cary Beach in Wolfeboro, and I'm trying to get an interview here with a swimmer who looks like he's maybe gonna win the race. So he's the frontliner right now, and so I'm just, sir. I mean, could you? Yeah, I just want to. Can I ask you a couple questions? I mean, you're such a strong swimmer.
I'm trying to swim here.
Well, no, I mean, I understand that, but I mean, obviously this is like a really big race. I mean, how many years have you been racing?
This is my first year. You're gonna get me disqualified.
So how are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm feeling kind of tired, but I'm in a race. I'm really busy. Get out of the way. Are you that girl from Wolf 101?
Is swimming like is that your primary sport and you're just doing the other two, or are you really good at all three? I mean, like, what's your preferred leg of the triathlon?
I love swimming. I love swimming. I love to swim. I love to swim.
So what do you think you'll do if you do win the race? I mean, it looks like you're going to win. So, I mean, what are you going to do after the race, after you win this race?
Can't you see I'm in the middle of a race? What is that, a boat? What is that thing? You're going to get me disqualified. You understand that, right? I don't think we're allowed to talk unless we're on a team, and last I checked, you're not on my team.
Just have to catch up to him. I can't. All right. Sir.
So, what exactly were you in?
It was a boat. Did it not look like a boat? It was a boat. It was a boat.
Really?
Yes. My stepdad made, it's like out of this, like, I don't know, industrial like plastic, and you fold it all certain ways and you zip tie it together and it floats. I floated. I didn't sink.
Well, I saw that.
It did take on some water.
It looked like something that was out of that game, like Minecraft. I don't ever play that. I know kids that play it. It's like the really popular thing, and it's like that really angular, like a video game pod of some kind.
Could have been what it was designed after. Whatever. We needed something that floated, and it floated.
Yes, it was floating.
It's not made for speed, though. So speaking of my stepdad, Corky Mork, who everybody here knows in town.
I love Corky.
Yeah, so he likes to go biking.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and he likes cameras. So he went on a little adventure to do some reporting for Wolf 101.
Nice.
Yeah, so he refers to it, I'm just going to set this clip up here a little bit. He refers to it as the Cotton Valley Trail.
Mm-hmm.
I know it is the Bridge Falls Path.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Where does it change?
That's a good question.
Because I think it is actually technically both, but I'm wondering where along the path.
Maybe if you live at one end, it's one thing, and if you live at the other end, it's the other, and they just kind of...
Maybe.
What's so great about Wolfeboro? Well, let me tell you. It's a Cotton Valley Trail. It's one of my favorite summer pastimes, and it takes you 6 miles all the way to Cotton Valley, further if you care to travel all the way to Sanbornville. Let's get going. Walking down the causeway now, this is going over a Crescent Lake. If you take a look around, you can see Crescent Lake behind me, and on the other side, you can see Route 28. So you can see there's water all the way around. It's kind of like riding your bike on water. Some fun. We're on another causeway. This one goes across Lake Wentworth. Nice place to ride a bike. Even a couple of places to sit down and take a load off. And behind me I even found some blueberries. Good eating. And here we are at Albee Beach. Albee. There's the mile marker. 9 miles to Sanfordville. 3 miles to Wolfeboro. Here we are at Fernald Station, the end of today's trip. But the trail continues another 3 miles towards Cotton Valley in that direction. But that'll be for another day. And if you've been good and don't mind taking a little side trip, you can treat yourself to an ice cream cone at Bly's. Good.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Noonan from Mythical Myth FX. I'm one of the artists there, and today I did this face, which is kind of like an alien vampire thingamajig in a different world or whatever. This is I'm going to show you quickly how I did it. So let's watch it.
With the creepy lights. What is that?
What?
Are we supposed to be scared?
I'm so afraid.
Yeah. Actually, it is kind of fun to watch it and fast forward.
Yeah, no, it
like, and
is.
just to see how all the detail work and everything, like, it really is interesting. He definitely puts a lot of time and effort into, so it's fun to share that with everybody. So, we should do us and fast forward.
Ooh, I might hurt myself.
No, honey, you did. Never mind.
Or I might forget.
Actually have to go and fast forward.
I know that!
Okay. Oh, I wasn't sure. Didn't want you to overexert yourself or anything.
So what is it, Megan?
What is what?
Either it's you and your doppelganger somewhere else, or it's your doppelganger that I'm seeing. I don't know.
I have a doppelganger.
You have a doppelganger, because I'm like driving around town, then I see your car, and then I'm like, hey, Megan, only to realize it's not you.
Oh. I wonder how that person feels.
Well, when you've got someone like, I'm sure it's quite scary.
So hold on, if it actually was me, would you be waving at me like that?
Probably wouldn't see me, though.
Maybe I really am sending out a decoy, because that's a lot.
You love it.
I never see it. I don't even know what you're talking about. I just get text
Well, you're seeing it now! And then there was that really weird time where the doppelganger was like there, and you were like there, and I was like, what?
That's going to do it for this month's edition of Wolf 101. Lots to come in the coming months. Yeah, so I'm Megan.
And I'm Kaylin.
And this is Wolf 101. Yep.
So I was wondering whether that was something that could be aired here. And then we also did a documentary on the home.